Okay, hey everybody. Listen, it's Monday afternoon. I just finished all my videos and I'm kind of shutting down. I'm getting ready for my trip to Poland. Uh, I'm probably not the greatest traveler. I don't know why my head's always on a swivel looking for danger. But anyway, it's going to be fun. My oldest, Connor, is getting married, and he's just literally one of the most amazing guys I've ever met. Um, he's he left the Marines. Actually is now in the reserves, but he was an infantry officer, and then he decided, hey, you know what would be really cool is if I did intel. And so he's probably the only guy in the Marines that's ever actually made a lateral transfer from infantry over to intel. That just doesn't happen. They box you up, and that's what you do. But he made that switch. Ultimately was deployed over to Qatar or Qatar, whatever you want to say. I think people that want to sound hip say Qatar, so Qatar. Anyway, and he winds up running the Iran desk in Qatar. Anyway, really, really amazing kid. Comes back, takes the LSAT. He's already been accepted to a few Ivy League schools. The guy's just an absolute grand slam hitter every time he gets to the plate. So I'm really, really proud to have him as my bonus son, and I'm really excited to be going over there for his special day. So is Jennifer. This is going to be a real amazing week for us, and that's why I'm going to be gone for this next week. He's getting married on Saturday night. Maybe it's Sunday night over there. I don't know. There's a time change, they tell me. And so I'm going to be off the grid until Christmas Day, actually. I'm flying back a week and a half early because of my back. It's wrecked back there. So I can't really do too much. So I will be covering on between Christmas and New Year's for Scott. I'm giving him that week off. He's been working his butt off, really, really working hard. I'm so proud of him. Thanks, Scott. And but also to Andy and Sam. You guys are great at Option Market Mentor, and Sam, I appreciate your generosity in posting on Stock Market Mentor as well. I can guarantee you, because of some changes that I'm making in the way I run the business, yet again, I had to terminate the company who was supposed to be coming in and running my business, and they were running it into the ground. And so I'm running my own company now again, and I'm the best guy for it. But the point is, I'm making some structural changes here and things. So you're going to see some big things happening next year. The way I run my communication with you, I think you're going to like it. It'll be more intraday things because I'm finding that people really, really, really like and rely on the active trade list. And I look at it a little bit different, where I just kind of want to use it as a teaching instrument for you. But people are making just a crap load of money trading it, which is great. That's why we're all here. And so I'm going to be administering that a little bit differently. And you're going to be hearing more from me just during the day, as opposed to the big long sessions that I tend to do where I get all my words out for the day. So we're going to be making that change and a few other changes that I think you're really going to like. I'm going to have more of a presence on Option Market Mentor, which is something that a lot of people have been asking for quite a while. And I finally got freed up and I have some bandwidth to be doing that now. And I'm really excited about that. So you're going to see me, once I kind of get things dialed in, you're going to see me talking more about Option Market Mentor and inviting you to try Option Market Mentor. And one of the things that I do, like Sam is one of the best option traders I've ever seen. He's really, really good. He puts on complicated strategies that have a very, very, very low risk, high batting average, like he hits them out of the park. They're pretty complicated. You can get the handle on them, though. That's the thing. They're only complicated to you when you don't understand them. But once you understand them, it absolutely makes sense. And he's really, really great at explaining those. However, one thing that I see that I think a lot of people need that are just coming to options, if you don't understand just the basics of options, then you're going to struggle. And you're going to struggle because you'll see these complicated trades, these trades that seem complicated to you. Wait, I buy one of these, I sell two of those, and then I buy another one of those. Why? Like, why am I buying this? Oh no, I'm selling that. Like, it can be really complicated. Again, once you get the hang of it, you're going like, oh my gosh, this is such a safe trade. I'm going to make money. That's going to be the deal. But I think to start off with, I think it's important to have somebody who's a little bit, I'll say it, a little bit more of a gunslinger. That's me saying, buy calls on this, or let's buy the stock and do a covered strangle. I'm going to be doing very, very basic strategies. And frankly, those are the ones that I'm most comfortable with. I look at charts. That's my risk management. And so I'm going to be looking at those. And again, I'm going to be inviting you to be a part of Option Market Mentor. I believe that this is the most underutilized resource that we have at Stock Market Mentor. So I'm going to be showing you some things, introducing you to some things. We're going to do a lot of things with Andy. He has a course that literally takes you from what's a call option all the way to the end of the rainbow, to where you really, really, truly understand what's going on in options. And you'll look at these, basically he's peeling off the mask. He's opening the door to options, and this course will be the doorknob. That's the way I look at it. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm absolutely excited about Scott and what he's done with Crypto Market Mentor. We have a great resource over there. And I know that I've been, for lack of a better term, like pitching it. I've been talking with you about this a lot in my videos, in a strategy session or a post or something like that. And it's really only because I truly believe in this. Like, I'm not just trying to hawk some subscription. I really believe in what he's doing, and I'm seeing it in my own account, like in a big way, And I can trade. I can trade any way I want. I don't have a problem with that stuff at all. So anyway, I just want to let you know that we've got a lot of things coming. And 2025, in my view, is going to be an awesome year. It's going to be an amazing year for a lot of different reasons, some of them personal, some of them just the things that I'm telling you about here. So let's make sure we end the year, and I'll be talking to you before then. I get back again on December 26th, but I just want to make sure that you're getting yourself set up mentally and financially, of course. You're getting yourself up to be a real victor at the end of 2024. This has been a great year. It's been an amazing year for us. The market's been very, very charitable. It's been kicking out a lot of good trades, a lot of money. And I will tell you this because it's important. It's really important for you to be mindful of this. No matter how much money you made, you're probably going to feel like you could have made more. Okay. And if you didn't make very much money, then you could have made more. And maybe you might have even lost money or something. Well, at least you didn't lose more. But also, the benefit that you can get, the benefit of any results in trading, even if you lose money, one of the benefits of any kind of trading, profitable or not, is the lesson that you learn. You learn some things about yourself, about your decision making, about your stock analysis, about your trading technique, things like that. And so I believe that if you are able to manage your risk and just keep from having an utter disaster, I mean, you can take big losses. I'd prefer you not, but you can take big losses, and I mean, not ridiculously big, but you can take some big losses and come back from those. I've done it. Took me a long time. Don't do that. But you can take big losses and go, crap, I forgot to set my stop, or I transposed them. Instead of 429, it was 24 9 or something like that, whatever the case may be. But the only way you really, really lose money on that trade is if you don't take a lesson away from it. If you don't learn from it, if you don't sit there and say, and it could only take maybe 5 seconds, or maybe it takes 5 hours. But if you don't look at your trade and say, okay, what did I do wrong? And I've talked about this in sessions where I've been talking about the Mentor Trading Mastery Program. I'm not going to talk about that now, but I have mentioned that if you really focus on being self-aware, really holding your own feet to the fire, being responsible for the things that you do, for the trades that you make, for the decisions that you make, if you really truly will hold yourself responsible and learn, like, please hold, keep a trading journal like I do. I track my trades in Stockwatch, but I keep a trading journal right here that I write in. And it can be anything from, I ate a bunch of crap last night and I don't feel good this morning, or I only got 4.5 hours sleep, or I've made this mistake on such and such a trade. It could be something, but if you're just writing something down, writing it down every day, what it does is it keeps you in your own game. It keeps you from just being, going down a rabbit hole and not freaking knowing what the hell you're doing, frankly. Just being, oh, I'm trading. What are you trading? I don't know. Why'd you buy that? Well, I don't know. I saw it in the forum, or, oh, I saw it on CNBC, or whatever the case may be. You need to have a real understanding of what you are doing and why you're doing it. Because think about this. Growth comes from self-awareness. That's it. God doesn't just give it to you, baby. You got to earn it. And so if you are not self-aware in what you're doing, if you don't have a process that you can write out, then how are you going to learn from what you're doing? You can't, because everything is random. Without a plan, every single trade is random. And so if you're taking random trades, you're never going to pick up your patterns. We're pattern people at Stock Market Mentor, and option and crypto too. We look at patterns. We look at consolidations, uptrends, downtrends, all this kind of stuff, blow off tops, climax lows, all that kind of jazz. You need to be looking at patterns in your own trading too. You got to have a sense of, okay, what's my biggest mistake? Okay, you need to know. You need to know what your biggest mistake is. And we all make mistakes. And I think what my biggest, I definitely make mistakes, but very few of them are big in magnitude. But I personally think that the biggest mistake that I make is I tend to buy too high. I'll chase. But here's the thing. That's a mistake that I make only rarely. Very rarely do I make that mistake. But still, it's a mistake. And so why do I very rarely make that mistake? Because I know it's my freaking mistake. Because I know that's something that I shouldn't be doing. But every once in a while, you just kind of get the can't help it. You just looking at that thing and it's going and it's going. And I go like, I can't help it, man. I got to buy some shares. I got to do something or other. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the worst thing that could happen is that it does work. Because then what happens is you're ingraining in your brain, in your trading pattern, that it's good to be chasing. And ultimately it's not. So that's my mistake. And again, Very rarely do I make it, and it is because I know that's a mistake. It's kind of like this, okay? Sorry for the visual. We got 3 dogs, okay? I know exactly where they crap in the backyard, and 2 of them are pretty big labs. My third one, little Riley, my Mexican street dog, she's actually taken after them. So I got 3 big poop producing machines that love to hit the grass in the morning, in the evening, basically every time they frickin' can. It's unbelievable. But this is the point. I know where they poop. So there's 2 things that I don't do. I don't walk barefoot in the backyard. Number 2, because of number 2, where they typically crap. Why? Because I don't want to step in the crap. And the last damn thing I want to do is go out there at night, because then you're walking around and you go, crap, literally, I just stepped on this thing. Trading is like that, guys. Trading is just like that. You got to know where the dog poop is in your own. I bet you've never heard this analogy before, but you got to know where the dog poop is in your own trading process. Because if you don't, trust me, you're going to step on it a lot, and your shoes are going to smell really freaking bad, and you're going to be very unpopular. Nobody's going to invite you to their Christmas party because the stench is just kind of too much. Okay. So focus on what you're doing. Learn your trading mistakes. Think about this. You know, it's all January, New Year's resolutions and all that, most of which are shit canned by Valentine's Day. But use the next couple weeks. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. Use the next couple weeks. Write it down. Take a piece of paper, 1 piece of paper, and write down the mistakes that you feel you make the most. And then don't just go, oh, okay, I'm not going to make those mistakes. No, because the mind, this is a little known fact, the mind does not recognize the negative. The mind does not recognize the word no or not. If you say, and this is a scientific fact, and it's not the science with the trademark, it's been shown. Minds don't recognize no, don't recognize not. If you're sitting around trading and you're taking some losses or something, and you're going like, God, you know, I'm not a loser. I know I can do better than this. I'm not a loser. What your mind is hearing is, I'm a loser, and you're going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So don't do that. Always be thinking in the positive. So write down your mistakes, and then next to each mistake, write down the solution for that. Like, one of my mistakes, my biggest mistake is buying breakouts. Okay, so what do I do? Now, then my biggest task for the new year is I only buy stocks if they are X% within X% of the 50-day moving average. Or, you know, I know patterns. I will only buy stocks that are in a consolidation pattern where I can have a clearly defined risk of no more than 3 or 4%. And if it's greater than that, then I take a smaller position size of X. Like, you have those things written out, and it's part of your process. And so suddenly, if you are doing what you've just told yourself you're going to do, you've written it down. This is how I buy stocks. That takes care of the breakout issue, period. It takes care of the breakout issue. So I could go on and on about this, but I'm not going to. The point that I want to make is this: you can do a lot of things between now and the end of the year. And then your New Year's resolution, all that kind of thing starts, right? I think a New Year's resolution should start on every day of the year, but January 2nd is it. So between now and then, set yourself up for success by doing that. Just take a little bit of time, okay? Anyway, I kind of digressed, as I tend to do every time I talk. But I just, again, want to wish you guys and ladies a Merry Christmas. I really, really appreciate your loyalty to me. Some of you have been here virtually since the beginning. I think like I mean, some of you, even when I used to write just a newsletter on a PDF and was tracking it on Excel, and that was a real nightmare. So I've been doing this a long time, over 20 years, and I really appreciate all of you here. I just want you to know that I don't take you for granted. I don't look at you as dollars and cents, as member numbers. I look at you as individuals. I communicate with a lot of you. Sometimes I'm kind of snippy. Most times I'm not, but sometimes I am. That just makes me human. But I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate you. Okay. So have a great Christmas, and I will be back on the 26th. Keep that notebook going.